Migs, you missed the Peter Molyneux episode for Cards Against Humanity.
Oh yeah, yeah. But it was fun. So
Even Peter
I
Molyneux was
heard
fun.
Cards Against the dudes who made Cards Against Humanity have an island that they own, and they called it Hawaii too.
it's fucking hilarious.
That's true.
Are you serious? It gives me a bigger reason to play Cards Against Humanity because they named their island Hawaii too.
Yo,
It
dude,
perfectly
would you like it?
justifies that
Would like
moment
5
when they
points.
just shipped out shit to everyone.
I
A
know.
box of
Buti,
shit.
buti di Hawaii 5 ang puch.
Oh,
Oh, that probably has some
Oh!
rights to it.
I want to call it. Oh, anyway. Hawaii 2. Hawaii has a sequel. Hey everybody, this is TMG Podcast. This is episode 71. It's a Sunday. What is it? Feb 22. This is Carlos, and with me is, the usual, Miggy. And our guest, our usual guest, he's back from the dead, Migs, from Noobs and Cubes.
Yo,
Will,
Noobs and
the usual,
Cubes.
is in Europe, doing God's know
Oh,
what.
fuck, I don't have Robo Will yet.
You've been working on that?
No,
Oh, then, oh well.
we should.
Yeah, we should. This is a podcast about everything video games, and
here we go. Highs and lows.
and I'm sick. Well, I'm getting better at least. So I apologize in advance because I can't. It's hard to control this cough right now. But the show must go on, right? How are you guys though? Because I'm not doing so well.
Well, we're not
Fucking-
sick. That's what you're
Holy
asking.
shit.
I went through
Not coughing though.
asthma and everything.
Oh my god.
But this week in video games, kind of light on what's going on. But there's a Miggy, there's a game that you actually want to talk about.
Oh
and
yes.
I have
It's
no
very nice.
idea what it is because it's a
It's very
Kickstarter.
nice.
It's a Kickstarter thing.
There's a Kickstarter for an old ass game.
Yeah, and I already forgot what the name was. What the name was?
It's called Strength of the Sword 3. But the Kickstarter is called Strength of the Sword Ultimate, in which the main
Ultimate.
goal is, yeah, it's basically the same game, but they're adding a bunch of stuff to it, like maybe extra enemies and levels,
Huh.
and they're porting it over to Vita, Wii U, and PC. So that's the Kickstarter, and
Wii
they've
U?
gone past their goal with 16 days to go. So check that out.
They're not
But
going
I've
next
had
gen?
I've had Strength of the Sword 3 on my PS3 for like half a year, I think, and I've been
What
meaning
kind
to
of
play
game
it.
is it?
It's like arena combat. Think of it's hard to compare it to anything, but it's Dark Souls-esque where it's very poke based and not really combo based,
Okay.
and you and basically the story of this game is like there's evil demons attacking like villages and towns. Then the god that governs the world sends down his holy knight, and you are that knight, and you have to kill all the bad guys.
It looks like Devil May Cry in terms of like the camera angle. Or am I just
Parang
getting
hindi
it?
rin eh. It's third person lang.
Okay.
Dark Souls-esque. And
The
the
art
art
style's
style
pretty
the art style looks
interesting.
like you guys remember Medieval?
Yeah.
Or Medieval as the brown Pinoy call it?
Mm,
Think of it as like that. It looks like that.
No, it looks really nice. Like, and it's a perfect example of what the art is, like medieval. Yeah,
yeah,
for
the
sure.
art is crazy good. It's like cartoony pero still
Dark.
like kind of badass.
Yeah,
He's got like giant shields and swords and arrows on his back.
and he has a
Awesome.
small ass head or helmet.
He has a small ass knight helmet.
Yeah.
It's cool. So, this game is kind of challenging. You can't just go in and combo and everything. you have to manage, like, aside from your health, of course, you have to manage your stamina for when you like sidestep or dodge or attack or jump even. And then there's also a mana bar that you have to charge to the mana bar because you need to do like special moves as like sword slash combos and finishers. So you got to do that.
But they really don't rely on combos.
There are combos, pero the feedback of the hits when you swing with your sword are a bit weird. Yeah, parang it doesn't even feel like a very combo-centric game. Like the most I tend to do is the quick combo that costs 1 mana bar, which is slash and then forward square. Then he does a spin attack, which knocks enemies down. So like it usually eats through armor, and that's why I just do that. Like if I want to get my footing back, I'll just throw it out because it has a wide range and then it knocks enemies down. Then I'll just like back off or charge my mana or anything like that. Then you have an assortment of different swords and shields that you unlock, each giving you a different type of attack damage and speed for the most part. And I guess range as well, like depending on what sword you get. And you also have you can use this game with either the D-pad or the analog stick. If you use the analog stick, you can say you sidestep by double tapping.
Okay.
But syempre, that's hard on
the D-pad.
Yeah, but it's hard on the stick, diba? If you're playing on stick, you can also press the R2 button to like sidestep and dash. So like that's a good alternative to like the control scheme.
Wait, so this is the PS3 version that you're talking about, and
Yeah. Strength of the Sword 3 on PS3.
on the PS3, and the Kickstarter, which is currently ongoing.
Yeah,
still ongoing.
16 days left at the moment of this recording.
What's the difference with Ultimate? You're adding more. They're adding more stages, or they're
Dude,
like enhancing.
the description here is a huge sword, rocket launcher, and flamethrower coming to PC, Mac, Linux, PS Vita, and Wii U.
Huge sword, rocket launcher, and a flamethrower.
So,
I think, yeah,
That should be enough.
I think it should be enough as
It's
well.
pretty neat. So yeah,
So in the PS3 version, there's also PvP or multiplayer, or it's just a single player game?
I think it's just single player, and there's online, pero like this game is kind of old na ata, so I doubt anyone's playing it. For I don't know, maybe arena based.
No, but the Ultimate version seems like they're going to be adding.
Boards, I'm guessing.
They're adding PvP.
Yeah, they're adding PvP.
There you go.
They're adding survival
the
mode.
PS3 version does not have that, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of customization. Wow, there's actually putting in a lot. But the one thing I got caught off guard with this Kickstarter campaign is there are only 2 people working on this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
For a small
true.
for a small 2-man team such as ours, we made this. I'm like, okay, wow.
They're not asking for much. Then they're asking for $14,000, which compared to other Kickstarters is really small.
It's really small, which kind of makes sense because they're just pretty much adding
They're
on.
porting it.
Yeah, they're
And
porting
adding-
it and adding on, and
Yeah, it's not like they need an artist for new assets or anything like that,
yeah,
diba? Since they're just porting the
they're
game.
just porting the game, and pretty much it's like they were asking only for 1,400, and they're
And
currently
they're
at
at 42K.
they're at 42K as of February 22. I'm not too sure what it will be once this episode is out, but they have 16 days to go, and they're just like they're done with their goal. Now it's up to stretch goals now at this point. And
Yeah, and you can donate as little as $1. So if you want, because this game is super cool actually. So why
It
not?
looks pretty cool.
I'd like to have this on PC as well.
I'd like to have it on my Wii U if I had a Wii U.
Dude, the Wii U needs everything it can get.
I know, seriously. Like anything third party would help the Wii U at this point.
So yun, it introduces like a lot of different enemy types that syempre have different attack patterns. Most of the attacks obviously have a tell to them, so you know when it's coming, which attack they're doing. There's a exclamation point above their head if it's unblockable. Then the challenge usually is having to deal with more than one enemy at a time. So yun the very Dark Souls nature of it na you have to watch your opponent dodge and then counter.
And then counter. You have to be patient with. Oh my god.
Yeah, you have to be even like the first stage, which is basically just the tutorial world, is already like I died 3 times against the first boss.
I shit you not, because of Dark Souls or even Demon Souls, it taught me how to be patient. I was not patient before Demon Souls or Dark Souls. So
Yeah,
bring.
you can't go hero mode in games like this,
I know.
but it's so rewarding once you eventually kill the bad
When-
guy or like figure out the pattern, diba?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a really cool game. I think it's $5 on PS3.
When did it come out though for the PS3 version?
I don't know, but it's been out for a while.
For a while now, and it's
Yeah,
$5.
At least 2 years, I think, maybe. Yeah, and I think it's $5 on PS3. So if you want to try it, and if you have a PS3, check it out.
Yeah, you can try it.
Or
Or if you
wait
want to
for
actually,
Kickstarter.
yeah, if you want to wait for the ultimate version and get it either in PC.
You know what? Buy them both. That's what
or
I
maybe
think.
buy them
say.
both.
It
Yeah,
always works.
The game is so nice, you buy it twice.
I've done it many times.
Oh man, imagine if this was a medieval sequel, or if medieval became this game.
If only medieval just became.
Or you
Something.
could have like Sir Daniels as a character. That
Hmm.
would be so cool.
If you guys want to check out Strength of the Sword Ultimate, just search that in Kickstarter, or you can check out the description
It'll
below. We'll pin on the
show
link, so you guys can check it out.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty cool.
I got another thing, yo, aside from video games.
I don't know what. I know.
It's
I
video game toys. Welcome to Migo's Toy Box, everybody.
It's
I don't have a musical cue.
It's back.
It's back, of course.
I'm
of
gonna.
course.
Okay, I'm gonna stay in the corner now. Go ahead. Go. I'm
'Cause
going.
it
I'm going.
kicked off with a really happy purchase that was super, instinctive. I got a Mega Man amiibo.
You get a Wii U yet?
Nope,
Okay, just asking.
I do not regret it
Just
though.
checking. Just checking.
Just checking. I think I'll do it every time you talk. I think I'll keep asking you that every time you buy an amiibo.
The money in the Wii U jar gets pulled out to buy an amiibo.
I know. That's why I'm
Like, oh, I'm gonna save it for a Wii U. Then shit, the amiibo showed up. Gotta pull
Okay,
it
so
out.
how does Mega Man look? You're not touching it, I'm sure. It's
Yeah, give us a
It's
little
probably
review.
the best looking amiibo I have because the paint is so clean, and he's got a big face, so they can't derp it up like the Marth and the anime
or
characters.
the Link. The Link looks horrible.
The Link, yeah, is kind of poopy looking.
Yeah.
And he's got nice metallic blue on his armor bits, and then a flat blue on his like the undershirt like parts. And the paint is really clean, and the pose isn't like mid-air jumping whatever, so it looks perfect as a little statue.
It's his idol stats, right? It seems like it's idol stats.
It's the trophy pose from Smash Brothers,
Mm.
where he's pointing the Buster up.
Actually, when I saw
He's
all
looking
the,
slightly to the left.
when I saw
That's what
the
Mega Man
Amiibo
does.
figures for January to March, that's the only thing that really interested me or caught my eye.
Because it's Mega Man.
Yeah, it's Mega
Of
Man.
course.
It's
Okay,
We
Mega
might
Man.
not get another Mega
It's
Man.
the Blue Bomber. Holy shit.
show some love. And
I
the
saw
other
it.
thing was Toon Link, but it is
Yeah, Toon Link is hard to find. Like the entire wave actually is hard to find.
Actually, but I'm gonna add to your toy box because my nephew had his birthday last month. And he got Toon Link and Meta Knight. Just saying.
and I haven't seen those anywhere.
I know. I'm like
So
I don't know
God
who
lucky.
gave those two amiibos to my nephew. And yeah, mind you guys, he has a Wii U, so he can use it.
So,
It's already
yeah,
open. I
take
can
it,
touch
'cause
it.
He doesn't like it, diba?
I'm trying. I'm trying to be the bad uncle
Slowly.
that
Once
I
he
am.
gets, sick of it, just say, "I'll give you $5 for the Wii U."
Dude, I'm like trying to sneak into their room just to play some Captain Toad.
Give him like a Ninja Turtle or something, and take the Wii U in exchange.
No, I'm currently trying to redirect him by him playing Hearthstone. Because he saw me playing Hearthstone,
Yeah.
and he's like,
That's what you do. Get him in the card game.
yeah, no, I'll just like throw I'll buy him a Hearthstone pack, and then he'll be distracted for like 30 minutes.
Slowly take away like the components of the Wii U, like the power cable, the charger of the Wii U. Slowly take it away.
I can still say that I'm stealing candy from a baby with that kind of philosophy.
It's candy that they don't want.
It's the candy that he actually wants. He actually finished. He played what's that game? Skylanders on his PS4 and on
Just
his
get-
Wii U.
It
Twice.
doesn't matter where he plays it on, because the figures work on anything.
I know, but you have to buy the it's like different platforms, or I don't know, whatever. But yeah, he has Meta Knight and Toon Link, so just to add to your toy box.
And, I got Mega Man on Thursday because it was Chinese New Year, so everyone had no work. Diba?
Is
So
it
I
only
went
the
out to my
Chinese
temple.
people, or
I don't know, like some dudes. There was no school on Thursday then. That's why my brother and his, I don't know, like my nephew was here.
Okay.
So we went to the mall to buy. He needed stuff for a camping trip and wanted to go to the toy store. Then I saw Mega Man. I grabbed it and went to the register. I got
You didn't even think about it.
no. It's like I have money. I got it, and I left. And I
And
think
I
it was
heard
the
it
last
wasn't-
one.
And I heard it isn't the English version, right? It's the
Yeah, I got the
Japanese,
Japanese one because it's from
The
Toys R
Rockman.
Us. So it says Rockman on it, which actually I
I
prefer.
prefer
because
as that was. Yeah, I prefer that as well. If
because
ever,
I played Japanese versions of 1 to 6 back in the day.
I actually prefer
So yeah,
Rockman. actually.
I also I saw 2 Shulks from Xenoblade and 1 Sonic. I went back to Toys R Us the next day by mga
This
noon.
story sold out?
They were gone.
Wow.
You said there was a Sheik. I remember you texted me.
I saw Sheik in Green Hills, Toy Kingdom, and Mega Mall. So
Mm.
Sheik seems to be one of the more common ones, I guess, because Zelda character.
No, and well,
Zelda's also like around, so you can get a Sheik anytime, I guess.
no, yeah, that's why. Because Sheik is for some weird reason my Smash Brothers character, and
But she's a sexy ninja lady.
well, not only that, she's fucking awesome. Her moveset's amazing.
She's got a move called the bouncing fish. In the new,
Okay.
What? Which one?
What
Which one is that?
looks like.
her new down B is called bouncing fish.
Oh,
Why
that.
is it a bouncing fish?
Apparently top tier, so yeah, that's why the name is
I
sticking.
weirdly had Magikarp in my head when you said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to be in the game, and they took him out.
But he was not cool enough. Splash wasn't strong enough.
I'm thinking of Goldeen. Never mind. But yun, the toy box by Mega Man
That's why I
Evil.
put that.
And then after that, I got the Revel. Have you guys heard of the figure line called Revoltech?
Yeah, of course.
They usually make like super robots, and they're delving into other properties now, like Alien, and I don't know, a bunch of other crap. It's weird. Godzilla.
Hey, Godzilla's not weird.
Yeah, and
Godzilla's
they have
not
they had a subline called Revel Minis, which are like half the size of regular figures. They're about 4.5 inch,
Mhm.
and they released Metal Gear Solid figures, Cyborg Ninja and MGS1 Solid Snake, and I got those too because they got reissued, and they're
How much did
kick
you
ass. Cyborg Ninja was mga 1.4 and Solid Snake was 1.250.
Was that from the Wii U jar again?
Oh no, it's from my
Yeah.
jar, man.
Is it the same
can't-
jar?
Maybe you just flip the jar and it says the toy box jar. When you flip it over, it's the Wii U.
There's a bunch of masking
Same
tape
jar.
with names crossed out.
Two
yeah.
masking tapes on each
It
side.
used to say school fund at one point. I
Don't
guess.
add up like I think from January up to I don't know when you maybe until June. Don't add up all the toys you bought because it might sum up to a Wii U. You might feel bad eventually.
Yeah, it's been bad. I got into looking up like toy news lately, and that's why. Then I saw the shops got the reissue, and like, oh man, I gotta get those.
It should be getting nuts now. Like I'm sure like they're getting restocked and like new models are coming out. So,
They're getting restocked, and they're getting sold out the first day.
yeah, crazy.
That's why I had to get them agad. And they're really cool, actually. I'd say the Gray Fox is the better of the two because he's more posable.
I think Gray Fox is like when I saw those images, it was the better one. And
Yeah, you saw the photos when I put him in a box.
yeah, and but the
So love the picture.
the snake's okay, I guess. It's like
Yeah, kaya lang Snake has that weird I can't do anything except dynamic crotch thrusting standing pose because the Revoltech are like that lang. Like they're dynamic at anything they do. They can't even take a shit without looking dynamic. The Solid Snake comes with a small cigarette that he can put between his fingers.
That's cool. Even the slightest details.
It's crazy. Yeah, but if you can get them, I'd say get them. Because I was talking to Migs about this then, diba? Before I picked them up. And I do not regret picking these figures up. I'm probably going to make
I
a post about
would
them
buy
just to show them off.
I would buy it, but I'm really out of space in my room, so I don't know.
Put them on your desk. They're like a little taller than G.I. Joe's.
Yeah, but my my desk here isn't typical computer desk. It's flip. What's this? Flip table.
I just realized my desk is
Flashlight.
very boring. It's just full of coins.
Coins.
And my
You
iPad.
can use it to buy a Wii U.
Yeah, man.
You know, weirdly enough, I'd like to buy. You know what? Yeah, I'll buy a Wii. I was about to say I'd like to buy a Wii U, but I'm gonna buy an Xbox One. But no, I think I'll buy the Wii U first.
I just buy a Wii U. You already have a PC for that one.
You know, no one seems to be
Ow.
speaking.
Game.
Diba,
Ow!
you have a bunch of Facebook groups that have mga buy and sell.
Mhm.
Like the
Oh, yeah.
PS4 has one, PS3 has one. There's none for Wii U.
Really?
Nobody sells their Wii U.
Well, it's just.
No
There was
love.
one that popped up,
And it,
like for 11K,
oh my
but
god!
never again.
Actually, I never thought about that. Getting a Wii U secondhand.
If there's
If
they don't
they're willing to
exist,
sell the
man.
Wii
yeah,
U.
apparently, if they're willing to spell.
Then of course nobody sells the good games because they're good games. So there's no such thing as a Wii U buy and sell.
Yeah, there's no buy and
At least
sell. I haven't found it either. Even if you go to Green Hills, for fuck's sakes, you can won't find a Wii U.
They have Wii's, but not Wii
No,
U's.
Wii's, yeah, of course, but the Wii U.
God, nobody owns a Wii U here.
God.
So that's it for me. Who's up next?
I will start because I'm gonna cough. Sorry.
And there we go.
Jesus.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm Walter White at this point. I can't control it.
Maybe you can mask the coughs that Carlos.
Remember my name.
I am not gonna edit out my coughs. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna lower it, baby. I'll try to lower it.
Maybe a crow squawking. Something like that.
Like Epic Mealtime.
Like Epic Mealtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually good.
Or
That's actually good as well.
Gunter the penguin squawking.
Yeah,
Quack, quack.
that's actually a great sensor, though. The way Epic Mealtime does it.
I saw a YouTube show about Tekken, and whenever they swear, they put in the sound clip of Heihachi doing his electric punch. Duria.
That's actually cool too. That's actually
The
pretty cool.
sound effect in Epic Mealtime, it's a coincidence I found it in the Walking Dead game.
Oh, really?
Huh?
Actually,
Yeah. When you check
it's a
on
stock
the
sound
sound,
effect there.
Yeah.
Diba?
I check
But
on the
then-
options and sound effects, and when I try to lower the sound effects, it goes whack whack. You know that,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
sound
yeah.
effect. Hey, this is Epic Mealtime.
It's stock. Yeah, that sounds stock though.
Yeah, even their music is stock, so you hear it everywhere.
Mm. But yeah, what I want to talk about this week is pretty much an old game. I kind of held off on it 2 episodes ago because I don't know.
It's terrible.
No, it's kind of a part of it is terrible, but I'm talking about Killzone Shadowfall because I don't know why. I just like to try some of the exclusives because I'll never be able to play it anywhere else anyway. Because I went to Green Hills, I think 2 weeks ago. I'm not much of a collector, so I just like to unload some games. So I just threw some PS4 games at some lady's face, got some money back, and I don't know. I just saw Killzone. Apparently, in that secondhand store in Green Hills, there's like maybe 15 Killzone copies.
There's a lot of Killzone.
There's a lot of Killzone Shadowfall copies.
It's the store right in front of Data Blitz, diba?
hmm
Yep, I know
That's the one. I always sell my ship there, and I ask them like, so what's your cheapest one? Killzone Shadowfall. And then there's a lot of them. There's like I can pick whatever version I want.
Now it's gonna be filled with Order 1886.
Maybe we will talk about that later. Yeah, Killzone Shadowfall I got only for 900 pesos. Wow, that doesn't sound too bad for a game that's like maybe close a year plus old already at this point. And I expected everybody has said the reviews and everything that the campaign is horrible and the multiplayer is okay. And I think 900 pesos would validate that kind of reception and everything. So I picked it up when I got back, tried it out, played the campaign. The campaign was just horrible. I mean, it's even for 900 pesos, it's not even. Oh my god, I don't understand how they could mess up. I don't know. Battlefield 3 was Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4 had horrible campaigns. I'm having a hard time finding which is worse right now, Killzone or Battlefield 3 or 4.
So what's the story behind Killzone's campaign?
In Battlefield
Just a
3,
synopsis.
remember in Battlefield 3, I found the respawn point for enemies behind the concrete wall.
Huh? Oh, really?
Like enemies would
wow.
appear when I killed them. Like they just appear
Oh,
in
so
Battlefield.
you're just there, like just shooting them.
Yeah, I was just aiming at one spot, and their face would be right there. That's how bad Battlefield 3 was.
No, but in Killzone Shadowfall, the story, if no one has played like the previous ones, it pretty much follows up what happens in Killzone 3. And it's not really a spoiler alert because the trailers of Killzone Shadowfall pretty much tell you. But those cool looking enemies, those Hellghast, those cool looking masks, the red eyes and everything.
Yeah.
They're
Stormtroopers.
yeah, they're very awesome stormtroopers. That
Yeah, they're black stormtroopers.
their home world, Helgan, was obliterated. It's like it's not livable anymore, thanks to us. What we did in
Okay.
Killzone 3. What we did in Killzone 3 resulted in them just losing their world. And what happened in Killzone Shadowfall is the good guys gave them half of our world. I don't know why.
Why did they do
I don't, I don't know. I don't know if it's half or a portion of the world so that they can repopulate. I don't know why.
my god.
But
So we can kill them again. That's why.
yeah, but
Humans, take note.
that happened. The migration started, and they're the most vicious person to migrate, or like they're not the most grateful people. Because when they started doing that, they started kicking them out like viciously, like shooting people and everything. Like this is our place, get out, get out. And it's that pretty much how it starts. You play as a guy called Lucas. He's very young. He's like 5 years old at the first stage, and you get to you go through this like small like through the immigration process of getting out of that section because the Hellgas are coming in, and you're going with your dad, like doing these sneaking portions, and of course your dad dies and everything, and then you wanna be in the military. This military guy saves you. He becomes your father figure. You become some marshal, some shadow marshal, whatever, really badass person with a drone, and they just after 15 to 25 years later, once you get super old and mature and whatnot, it's still an all-out war. There's now a divide between the Hellgast, and the VSA, or the good guys, whatever. I forgot the name. So it's back to the same thing, but now they're just more pissed because their home world is completely shut, and they're trying to they're trying to invade the good guys. It's just funny how they're able to make a story out of something in Killzone 3, which I thought would be an end to everything. They found a way to just bring it all back, and so it's just stage after stage is the same thing. Like just infiltrate, kill somebody, whatever. But the funny thing is, it's not. They tried to make it open world, which made it really frustrating. Like I prefer.
Open world. What the
As an
hell?
How would they do that?
And I'm in open world more like there's a stage that you have there. Like this is a stage you have to, like, for example, one stage was plant C4s on the anti-air machines, turrets, or there's another objective where you can open the launch bay or whatever. So you can choose what you want to do first.
The stage is open, but you have like options.
That's a better way. Yeah, it's a better way of saying it. Yeah.
So it's like Dishonored.
Yeah, it's
In a
it's
way.
technically not on rails. It's like saying up this is the stage, do what you have to do. Because Killzone Shadowfall tries to impose the idea of like you can attack certain objectives in different positions or different pathways. And they try to like not naman like force you to do stealth, but you can do stealth. But no matter what, if someone sees you, everybody knows you're there, and I just don't. So to the point that I don't really care anymore. So like
typical video game problems.
yeah, like one guy sees me, everybody looks at me. They're like in sync. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. So I don't know. It's just like in Wolfenstein, like how I prefer like Wolfenstein: The New Order, like to be on rails, like just to focus on the gameplay. Because I've always thought about Killzone's gameplay to be very solid and unique, then separate from any other FPS. But the fact that I have to worry about like different paths and then like going to which objective and what I want to do, or actually I sometimes got lost because the navigation, the UI is kind of confusing for me. I actually preferred if Shadowfall was just like straight up like the New Order, where it's just straight up just shooting, just shoot anybody, just shoot everybody. You don't have to worry about anything else. And I would have preferred that game much better. So that's how their stage layout was. Like there's like 3 objectives. You have to figure it out how you want to do it, stuff like that. And there's some stealth sections, the usual typical FPS campaign sections. The story does not go anywhere, and it never goes anywhere close to interesting. And the main character Lucas has the worst voice actor since Watch Dogs, I think. And I don't know. And the ending of this game, I'm not gonna spoil it, but once it ended, it's the most depressing ending and the most what the fuck? Like it felt like nothing mattered in the end.
He was an alien all
It
along.
was it was just
So it was a bad ending?
it was a weird ending. It's like I don't know how to explain it
It
without
was a
spoiling.
sad ending.
How did it happen? I mean, we've defeated the Hellgast. Let's go home.
I don't want to I don't want to spoil it. Like they
Here.
let's just say that I was just let's just say that my head was tilting most of the time when I was playing the campaign, and I was actually when I was playing it, I didn't play it fully because I kind of like wanted to stop already, and then I just jumped into multiplayer because I was getting tired of the campaign. And that's only the good side of it. I think that's the only reason why I actually would bother buying 900 pesos. It's actually a great multiplayer. I won't go into much
Are there
details.
people still playing?
That's the biggest problem. There's no one playing it.
Oh.
It's so hard. Like every now and then, like you want to do team deathmatch. Look, I don't know. I don't think I've ever talked about Killzone, but I've always liked Killzone's multiplayer. Killzone 2, Killzone 3. It's actually my preferred FPS during the PS3 days. Every time I go to team deathmatch in Shadowfall, I might just get a 2-on-2 when it's supposed to be a 12-on-12.
Oh, that's really sad.
And then
It's
once
even sadder than Titanfall.
yeah. But if I do find a team deathmatch or any other mode that has like a max number of people, there's still people playing. Like there are those chances you might find a full server,
Room.
and it's fun. It's really really fun. I have a lot of fun with it. But that's the thing. Like you will find those. It's a test of patience if you want to like. Oh crap! I found 4 people only. So I just back out. Load again. It's that whole trial and error until you get it.
So what servers did you play when you tried multiplayer?
What?
Is it an Asian server?
No. You can't specifically set which region you want to get. So I go straight up to whoever's.
It's automatic.
Yeah, it's worldwide, I guess. And what's so depressing is if it is worldwide, it just tells how many lobbies there are in that specific mode. So I go team deathmatch. There's only 7 lobbies in the world.
Because I remember when they announced the school. I mean, when they showed the school PlayStation 4 trailers.
Mhm.
You remember the Japanese one where they're showcasing Shadowfall,
Mhm.
and they have this big local tournament. Well, it's in the trailer, so it's just an ideal setup
Yeah.
when you're going to own a PlayStation. So they're all playing Killzone and they're all cheering and shit. I know. When I saw that, would it be popular in Japan?
It could be popular in Japan. I'm definitely being paired up to Japanese people or Asian people because I see like their names.
Oh, then.
It's just very small. The community is very small. It's not even remotely close to like Call of Duty or whatever. But they have the loyal fans, but they're very small. And it's always been the complaint that once Shadowfall came out, they just jumped ship and went to Battlefield 4 because Battlefield 4 and Shadowfall came out the same day. Well, technically the same day. So it's just a struggle, and I think Killzone is the only game or the only multiplayer game that has one of the most interesting game mode that I prefer that everybody gets, and it's called Warzone. It's pretty much a longer mode where it has multiple objectives. You can either go team deathmatch, capture the flag, control points, whatever, or like kill the VIP. All of that can happen in one match, and it's all like maybe 2 minutes long. So if you can if you get a team deathmatch objective on that Warzone, you have to kill 20 people, whatever. And if the first team get 20 people, they get 1 point. Then a new objective starts. It's really
Then the flow is seamless, or
the flow is
parang
it's seamless.
around siya?
It's seamless. Like it's one map, and that's why it's so cool because it prevents camping or different playing the same same method over and over. Because once it goes team deathmatch, you have a certain way of doing it, and then once it goes to capture the flag, you want to do a different loadout, like running faster or whatever, or different strategies. And then once the capture the flag's done, we have to capture these points. Like it just keeps making it forces you to go from different portions of the map, and it's pretty cool. And
because there's a game that has a similar mode. I think Max Payne 3.
yes,
The Gang Wars.
yeah.
So they have these, it's a same thing, different objectives, but it all branches out per rounds. So hindi siya seamless. Pero parang after one part of the Gang War is over, there's like a development on the quote unquote story that's unfolding in the game. Then after that, it's either a different game, a different objective sa next round, parang ganun.
Yeah.
Until manalo kayo ng parang, I don't know, 3 rounds or 5 rounds or something like that.
When it comes to multiplayer games, I prefer like objective-based modes instead of like kill as many people as you can to win, like team deathmatch.
Yeah, it's more entertaining.
Yeah.
More fun.
And that's the reason why I love Killzone 3. Like I played a lot of the multiplayer because of Warzone, because you're forced to play different modes. So you're forced to like be versatile in your gameplay and being a team. So, but sadly, Shadowfall. I wish more people like it, or maybe I don't know. The multiplayer is okay. The single player is definitely exactly like my cough. Shit. So, but what's cool about Shadowfall though is all the map packs are free, all of it.
Oh, that's good.
And they have, I think, 5 or something. And they started supporting Shadowfall up to now, even though it's like a horrible population count.
Yeah, but it's also an old game, so maybe that's the reason why people aren't
No,
playing
but
it.
we heard the reports already, like, after a month or two of release. Like, I knew that the population was already dwindling, like, on December of when the PS4 came out. Because the people wanted to go, Call of Duties or Battlefield 4. And it's a way slower game, so Call of Duty players will not like it. It's a slower game in terms of pace. I think Battlefield's even faster than Shadowfall. So there, Shadowfall. It's 900 pesos if you guys like. There's an abundance of copies in Green Hills if you really want to get
You can
cheap.
probably get it for cheaper if you just ask.
Yeah, if you just ask, or you can you can be a good friend of mine and I can just throw it at you. Jesus Christ. But there, Shadowfall.
If you want to get a copy of Shadowfall, like us on Facebook.
Nice try.
Maybe one day we'll give it to you.
Yeah, maybe one day.
Maybe.
I'm still playing it. I still have hope. I'm still having a kick out of it. I don't know. I just wish Killzone. I don't know. I just hope that Guerrilla Games does not really give up on this franchise, because I don't think this Killzone is like one of the most famous of like the Sony franchises, like the exclusive franchises. But
you think it'll help if they're gonna reboot the story or something?
Maybe.
It's a bit
like,
I don't know, gone to the shitter.
They're trying so hard. They're trying Killzone to be like either a Gears of War or a Killzone, either or in terms of like either story or anything. But no one's really capturing it, or no one's really like, I don't know. For me, it's not getting that kind of fan base of like what Xbox got with Halo or with Gears of War.
I guess yun yung sakit talaga pagka first-person shooters. I don't know. You really don't.
Like I
think
tend
of the
to notice
story
that
that much anymore.
teamwork-based shooters don't really get a kick here. Mostly it's the Call of Duties where it's quick satisfaction. Now, I killed the most dudes.
Yeah, you can.
That tend to win out.
Battlefield 4 can be team-based, but it can also be lone wolf, so it's kind of like passable for those kind of people.
You get more points if you capture flags or nodes
True.
as opposed to killing.
Yeah, you do that. Or throw medic packs for healing.
Yeah.
So that's how I leveled up. But then that's Shadowfall. If ever, just get it from the multiplayer. That's what I'm gonna say. MiGs 2.0 or number 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay in the corner.
What have I played? Well, oh, that's cool.
Oh wow, you caught my cough. Thank you. Epic meal time. Go. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I've been busy this week with work, but
But you'll always find time for video games.
Diablo 3.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
I'm not the only one talking about Diablo 3 anymore.
So, kids, there's something you need to know about Diablo 3. It's a drug that you just can't quit.
Anything that revolves around random
I'll
loot
come back.
or just crack. This is just full crap.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think this week season 2 started, or
Last week.
Was it last week? Yeah, it's last week. So my friends also invited me to come back, taste the rainbow again, play Chapter 3 with us. So I did, and I tried playing Wizard,
Yeah.
and it was really, I don't know, I had fun playing that character. I mean, I haven't played any magic type character in Diablo before, so when I tried playing the Wizard, and I think it's just one day of leeching with my friend to get to level 70.
It's really fast now.
Then
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really fast, and the skills on the Wizards they really look very powerful. So it was really fun messing up with the builds and all. Then yeah, I mean, so far I've just gotten.
You're doing the rifts now at this point.
Yeah, I've been doing rifts, so I'm just collecting legendaries. But my main goal there was to just get this set that's needed for wizards. I think it's called the Firebird.
Yeah, Firebird is
Yeah,
like
the
the
Firebird set.
must-own set for wizards. And
Yeah, I only got 2, but so I don't know how to get the other ones because I got a hint in Reddit that you just have to buy. What's this? These blood shard items.
yeah, that's how you get sets.
No,
Yeah, you have to be because that's the only way you can be specific on what armor piece you need.
So I can just farm for blood shards and I can just get the sets.
That's
there.
what everybody does. That's what I do. Like I already have 2 sets for my guy, for my demon hunter on this season, because instead of like shit dropping for you, like if you kill a boss and shit drops, the drops can be either a helmet, a sword, a pants, whatever. So the RNG is like everywhere. But if you go to Kadala and you ask, I just want pants right now. So it's just focused. Yeah, it's just focused on the pants. So if you get a green, it's green pants. It'll be hard. It's more It's more precise. That's why Kadala's very important. And for those who don't know, what's going on at Diablo 3, Season 2 happened or is currently ongoing. And what that means essentially is, for those who participate on seasons, you pretty much start
You can get
a new character from scratch. Like everything is like gone, all your crafting is gone, all your item is gone. You have to build your character from level 1 all the way back to 70, do the grind again, and then you get to compete, I guess, for like higher, greater rifts or higher damage or whatnot. So essentially, it's their version of like the reset in Diablo 2, where they reset the BattleNet leaderboards and the characters.
Oh yeah.
Same thing.
I think that's their main. Yeah, that's the same thing. Their main purpose for seasons.
Actually, the other main reason is every season you get new items. Like they add more items. They're only exclusive to that season only. And when that season ends, the exclusive items for that season becomes a regular item for everybody else.
Yeah.
So Diablo 3 is very. I don't know. I'm still playing it. My end goal, my end point for that game, because technically there's never an end point, because there's end game. But my end point is to get the strongest set piece, and when I get that, and once I can kill things like with one hit in Torment 6, then I can just hang the towel and just walk away
Until next season.
until next season. I'll just do the shit all over again. I'm insane.
So wait,
I'm literally insane.
what character were you using this season?
This season I'm playing a demon hunter, which is actually my first character ever in Diablo 3. I'm going back to my roots technically.
I'm actually thinking of maybe one day creating a hardcore character.
That's a lot of fun. I made a hardcore character and I was able to reach to level 70 with my other demon hunter.
Before he died?
No,
or-
he's still alive. He's just not getting any higher. He's just level 70 with like 20 Paragon points. He's just there, staying alive.
Yeah, because my friends keep scaring me. Oh, you're gonna die after a few rounds of rifts. You won't make it.
It's scary. Like
We'll see.
you will die once you just like doze off at one point because you're doing the thing over and over again.
I don't trust PLDT that much. when
No one trusts PLDT.
Doing this. In no way.
Okay, on that note though, there's actually someone who recorded actually reached Paragon level 1000 at hardcore mode.
Yeah, I heard about that. How did he do
I
it?
mean, I'm surprised someone actually reached
hardcore?
1000. Hardcore, yeah. So yeah, Diablo players are crazy, and what's the definition of insanity again?
Doing the same thing over
I
and
know.
over again.
I really like those games. I don't know why. I'm so fucking insane. And I don't think I'll ever uninstall. Oh, here's the crow again.
So yeah, that's Diablo 3. Then what else?
Sorry. God, my God. I'm trying to catch my.
It's hard.
It's hard. I know.
There's lag.
There's lag.
Yeah, it's lag.
You have the button for my coughs, don't you? Okay.
So what else? I've been playing. Well, I started playing Resident Evil. What's this? HD remaster or remaster HD?
HD remastered ultimate definition.
Version
definitive.
R1. Mark 32.
Whatever. Yeah.
So yeah,
definitive is
RE.
for Square Enix games.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay.
It's Capcom, so you have to call it Super Ultra Turbo Fighting
HD.
Arcade Edition.
Arcade
Deluxe.
version 2015 Street Fighter.
This is Resident Evil 1, right? Yeah.
It's the HD version of the GameCube game, of the GameCube remake.
A port.
Second for the future.
Yeah, it's a port of a port. Port.
I haven't played the HD remake, and I haven't finished the first RE game, so it was a treat for me.
Was this your first time touching RE?
No, first time I touched the HD remake, and for the first RE, I haven't finished it. Like,
but you've played the previous
by the
Resident
time-
Evil games, of course.
Yeah, except for 6.
Good.
Dude, you can skip
Yeah, good.
Because I think it's a waste of time. I mean, when I finished 5, I think, what is this?
Yeah, 5 is like
I'm gonna stay away
much
for
worse.
Resident Evil anymore.
6 has the best controls and the worst of everything else.
yeah, 6 has the best controls, but everything else around before aside from the controls,
It's garbage.
even
Still remember the 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Everything is 7
dude, the
minutes.
demo was even hard to play already. Fuck, I remember that.
No,
Demo was the best
punching.
part of Leon's campaign.
Actually, yeah, that's if you want
you
the
can
best
say
part of
that.
Resident Evil, you just play the demo version of Leon, and that's it. You're done.
The demo of Leon.
Yeah,
that's
you're good.
The best.
Yeah, I haven't played the demo yet in RE6.
Yeah, just play the Leon. That you got the best part of Resident Evil 6 at that point already. You're just good. There's no other reason why.
And that's the first part of the game.
You know?
First part, yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
That's why it's the best.
God,
It's
okay.
just they could get
guess
the
I can
old
just-
classic RPG.
No, but I'll
can
tell you,
just play Resident Evil.
I have a friend now because I have a friend that I've played. We've played like I think Resident Evil 5 like maybe 3-4 times because we just want to play like the co-op, the couch
Yeah.
co-op. We're just waiting for Resident Evil 6 to be like I don't know dirt cheap in Steam and buy it and play it just because. Just because.
Yeah. If
what
you're
happened?
playing it alone, that game sucks
Yeah.
so bad. It's better to suffer with someone else.
Yep.
Actually, nag-sale siya sa Steam, di ba? I think last year, November or October.
Go on sale again.
Yeah.
I was meaning to buy it, but parang, nung nakita ko nga, parang,
No,
I
at
don't
that
think so.
price, because I remember you talking to me about that. It wasn't worth it
yeah.
then. It needs
I
to
think-
get cheaper.
I think 600 yet, or 700.
No, it has to be 250 at least.
Still, yeah,
It has to be 250.
Or-
At
because
least
if the
300.
demo is the best, if the demo is the best version, then it should be free.
Oh, dude, you don't even know. Call me back when you get to that the Chinese food market in Leon's campaign.
If I
That's
buy
the
the
worst.
game.
I will literally, if I see 75% off on RE6 the next time I see a sale, I am gonna buy 2 copies because I have a friend there waiting.
You're gonna force someone. to
No,
buy
I already
it,
have
too.
someone who's game. Mo's game. We want a sale because we played RE5 like 4 times. We had a blast, even though that game was cringeworthy. We just had a blast of just playing it like couch co-op and everything. We'll play RE6 to laugh and to shoot zombies.
And
Unlimited ammo. I don't give a fuck. I just want to shoot.
oh, dude, that game would be more fun if you had unlimited
There's an
ammo.
option there that says unlimited ammo. You don't have to unlock it. It's there.
No unlocks, no
They
bandanas,
knew.
everything.
Yeah, you can just turn it on and that's it. You don't have to.
Just remember the market scene in Leon's
Okay.
campaign.
Alright, I'll take
Oh,
note
God.
of that one. Maybe this summer sale. I'll
I
try
am
to buy
literally,
it.
once I see 75% off from that portrait of RE6, I'm going to buy 2 copies and we're going to suffer. 2 people's going to suffer. I'll say that right now.
Oh my god, that game.
Oh,
So you were saying,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
RE6. Oh, sorry. The hate
So,
came out.
this
are
is-
you using the new control scheme for HD remake?
No way, man, no way. I
Dude,
mean,
you
if
should try it at least once because it gets goofy as fuck.
Well, what's in your scheme?
But you know RE1 is tank controls, because of the fixed
Yeah,
camera.
Tank
You can
controls.
basically turn that off and have it be camera relative and control like a modern game.
What, RE6?
Your control-
RE4 pala? Ish?
RE1.
RE1 HD.
No, RE4
Yeah.
version, like camera behind style.
No, you can't do that because the backgrounds are pre-rendered.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
So you can't do that.
remember playing Onimusha Warlords. So it's the same controls.
Yeah, and Onimusha used to be RE4, remember? Before it got canned.
So once the camera shifts, your controls change.
Like reset to relative to where the camera is.
Yeah.
Like like DMC, diba?
Oh yeah, like the
So
MC.
yun. So it gets kind of goofy because like because you don't have to stay in place and turn anymore. When you move directions, Jill kind of like jumps a few steps because she
What?
skips the part where you have to like step forward and all that. That's why it looks goofy. But no, they added it to make it more accessible to play. You should just try it once just to see. It gets stupid easy, I heard.
Because see, I haven't finished RE1 because the moment that the window dogs appear, I quit.
No. Why?
So
Oh,
no.
they're extra scary in
Since
the
I was a kid,
remake.
kailan lumabas yung RE1? Like,
97, I think.
yeah, I think it's elementary or
Yeah, I think we've talked about this before, but my scariest moment, the point where like I want to let go of the controllers, when I first saw the lurker in RE2, like in the wall,
oh god.
and he's like on top of the wall, the ceiling, and he just falls off. I freak out, like no, the tongue is too much.
The hunter.
The hunter, yeah,
No, the,
Was the lurker's the thing with the brain sticking out?
no,
I think
no,
that came out.
the lurker, yes, that's the one.
Oh, yeah,
It's a lurker.
okay. Hunter was in one.
the
pala.
merman. The merman.
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 Ben Stiller.
But I might get Resident Evil 1 HD because I finished Resident Evil 1. I just don't remember anymore.
Dude, that's probably the best version of RE1 to get. The HD remaster. Because the GameCube one is good, pero syempre, it's low res. So the
And now
HD
it's
one is actually
yes.
really
And it's
polished
already
for
cheap, like dirt cheap once
that.
it
Yeah,
came out.
it's dirt cheap. Because I think in the States it's digital only.
It is.
Here, it's weird in Asia because we get physical releases for digital games.
All right, moving on. Let's go to the news. What's going on in the gaming world this week? Actually, not so much, but there's one bit of news that I actually want to talk right away because everybody wants it, but they will never give it to us. The Last Guardian has a bit of news, and I guess it's kind of sad because they lost the trademark to the word or the title, The Last Guardian.
So that's what happened. People thought they dropped it, but what happened is it just expired.
Yeah. Are they getting it back?
So it's just the name that's lost.
I think they did already get it back. And then they came out and said, nah, we just forgot to pay whatever domain guys.
Yeah, but just like any media, they're like, oh my god, they canceled the trademark of The Last Guardian. That's big news.
Yeah, people freaked out for a good 2
Yeah, because the
days.
headline is The Last Guardian trademark abandoned by Sony. Dun dun dun. People freak out.
Band.
Like, and they put like screenshots like abandoned because no statement of use of extension request timely filed after notice of allowance was issued. So yeah, Sony forgot.
They just straight up
They straight up
forgot.
forgot. Okay.
I shared that. I shared the post then to my wall just because, like, I knew it was gonna get a reaction of
Mhm.
people, and then people would panic. But in my mind, I was thinking maybe they're just rebranding.
No, I thought it was like it would be a rebrand because no matter what, it's not anymore a PS3 game. It'd be stupid for them to release. It's gonna be a PS4 game. As much as they haven't announced it.
And Shadow of the Colossus also had a different name when it was in development. I think it was just called Wander on before it came out as Shadow of the Colossus.
But okay,
And remember how the Kinect was called Project Natal and all that.
what was the project name of the Wii? I know it had I think it was called Lazarus.
The Revolution.
Oh, it's the Revolution. I thought
Revolution.
Lazarus. Sorry.
Oh, what's the dolphin? Is it GameCube?
The Dolphin was the GameCube one.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, The Last Guardian. This bit of news came out, and then once I took it in, like I laughed about it. I started to wonder, why was I excited for The Last Guardian again? I mean, it's been that long.
I don't know. Like I heard an argument saying that at this point people just want it to come out and they don't care if it's good or not anymore.
Maybe it's because I was starting to remember. Like I forgot why I like to see that big bird in my screen. I forgot.
that big griffin bird
Yeah,
lion.
because I
bear.
love Shadow of Colossus. I love Eco.
Yeah, I actually just wanted them to create a sequel for that one.
Yeah, I think they're wasting Team Eco. I don't know, doing God knows what.
They're probably doing something else.
Maybe.
That's not The Last Guardian. Because like the
But if-
director's gone, diba?
Yeah, is there anything that they've done before or after or whatever during the Last Guardian development? I mean, I don't
think,
get it.
The guy who made the previous games, who directed the like quote unquote The Last Guardian, he said that he already did everything he needed to do for that game. Tas sila na bahala. So I don't know. if
That's
good or
even
bad.
worse. Like the concept and the conceptualization's actually done.
And I guess it's just execution na lang.
Porting it too, because I'm sure they want to release it to PS4. Are you guys? What were you guys? When you guys saw The Last Guardian, what were you guys excited about? Because I can't remember anymore. I have to watch the announcement again.
No, I was excited because it looked really nice, diba? And of course, the previous two games were amazing.
Yeah.
But I had no idea what to expect pa rin with The Last Guardian because I don't know how it's gonna play.
Yeah, because it's even up to this point, it's still the same. We don't know how it's gonna
Am I
play.
the boy? Am I the monster? Do I have to protect the monster? Do I have to kill things with the monster?
Yeah.
Because I heard it takes place way before Shadow of the Colossus then. So like the monsters are all well and good or whatever. Or the giant thing might be the last one. So I don't know. I honestly don't know how it's gonna play.
Were you excited, Migs, for The Last Guardian?
Well, when I saw The Last Guardian, I was hoping you got the big bird and all, right? So maybe, what if you can use this bird to, kill Kaldasai or something? That would be very interesting. But yeah, I think when they saw the trailer, it didn't show anything. I don't know. Anything new
Yeah.
or something unique that will, differentiated to the other two Team Eco games. Well, except they have the big bird, but that's it. I mean, they didn't show anything that's gameplay related. How to control the bird, what will the bird do that's gonna affect you or the character you're using.
It's definitely a game where they have to you're playing as the kid. You have to coordinate with the bird on how to go through one stage to the next. It's like very similar to Eco. Abashubig, because Shadow of Colossus word. It's like pretty much a David and Goliath kind of concept for Shadow of Colossus.
I mean, the trailer that came out for Last Guardian looked like it was running off whatever Shadow of the Colossus was running on, like the climbing and everything, but just a lot prettier because it was running on a PS3.
And that's one of the hook that I remember. But it was like the footage of the game way before was so vague that yes, we don't know what the hell the gameplay will be in the end. And I think the producers or developers, if I remember correctly, they're still ironing out the kinks about how it's really going to be, and then it becomes completely silent, and then the PS4 comes out.
Yeah, and remember how Shadow of the Colossus used to be a completely different game before they settled on what it became? Like the concept, like old footage came out shortly after the release of the HD one, the HD collection of Shadow and Eco, diba? Where it showed that Shadow of the Colossus was supposed to be like a hunting game where you had 3 characters.
Ooh, I didn't know that. I didn't know
Like
that.
3 characters taking out giant monsters, and it involved like horse riding and climbing, etc. And instead of just the one character taking down all the monsters.
That's actually sounds like Monster Hunter.
Yeah, the ideal Monster Hunter game.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
mechanics of Shadow of the
Or
Colossus
something like that, yeah,
and the scale of Shadow of the Colossus.
pretty awesome.
I just hope that the Last Guardian just comes out, because I want the people who work on like the Eco team or whatever to do something else or something.
Yeah, I'd rather it come out than it become vaporware. But like Duke Nukem Forever came out, and I'm happy that actually
Yeah, it just
happened.
came out, even though it's shit. It's just out. It's just there already.
Yeah, even if it's shit, it's better that it comes
Yeah,
out.
like I don't think the Last Guardian will be that shit, but I just let it out. I mean, like,
There's a bigger chance of it not coming out than it being shit.
yeah, I mean, like everybody. I think
Sad part.
Sony should be frustrated at this point, because I think every journalist, whenever they see a Sony rep, even though they're talking about a specific topic or a specific event, their last question will most likely be, "What the fuck is going on with the Last Guardian?" Up to even now, I don't know, but like every small bit of news about the Last Guardian, everybody will jump on it, no matter what, because it's been too long. How many years has that been?
Because they're all scared.
They literally, the Last Guardian development literally skipped a generation. It literally did. And
When was it first announced? Is it 2009?
2009, I think.
yeah,
My God, it's already been 6
Long
years.
time.
like 2 years after. I think am I right? 2 years after PS3 was out
I
to the
guess
public.
PS3 came out in 2006.
6, 7.
Yeah.
Wait, let me double check that.
7.
Yeah,
So this is gonna be the new Final Fantasy versus the PS4 generation.
it might.
Yeah, but at least Final Fantasy Versus has way more news now than Last
Yeah,
Guardian.
and it's going to be finished hopefully.
Oh yeah, a small
Yeah.
quick bit for FF 15,
FF15,
which is what 15, which is what Versus became, Versus 13. Type O is coming out soon
Mhm.
for PS4, but they promised that they were gonna include the demo for 15 on it.
Yeah,
There was a small issue where Square Enix said we might not have the demo finished when Type 0 comes out.
No.
And then they said, no, oh, never mind. Demo will be ready.
someone forgot the memo.
fucking tease.
Someone forgot to. Oh wait, dude, it's gonna be ready. Oh shit! Wait a minute.
Wait a minute, it might not be ready. Never mind. It's going to be fine.
The demo
So, yeah.
was featured in Twitch, or I think it was YouTube. They live streamed it, and it's a very hefty demo for Final Fantasy 15. You could explore a big portion of like a section of the game, and they say it's pretty big.
Have you guys watched it?
You can watch it now. I'll probably give the link on the descriptions below, or I'll give you guys a link. I didn't quite go through it yet.
Is it a new demo? The one they showed before?
No, it's like an hour.
driving.
It's like an hour and 30 of a developer playing the game. It's in Japanese. That's why it's hard for me to watch it all throughout, because I didn't know what the fuck was going on. But it's an hour and 30 of new gameplay footage of Final Fantasy 15, and it just looks pretty at this point. Still, I don't know what the hell's going on. But it's definitely not it's not a pipeline game structure. It looks like an actual Final Fantasy game. It's big.
That's pretty
It
good.
looks way better than whatever the old 13 games
Yeah,
were.
it's just funny how the 13 series, like they had the smallest maps in the world, and as they make sequels, they made it a little bit bigger.
It's
Dude.
what I imagined Crisis Core would have been if it was a console game in terms of combat.
Yeah.
which is good because I like Crisis Core.
I don't know. I don't know much about the combat
yeah.
yet, so we'll see.
Speaking of Final Fantasy, I have news.
Mhm.
Except if it is already announced last week.
What is it first?
I don't think. I think it was announced last week. Dissidia. Final
Oh, we
Fantasy
talked about last
Spell.
week. You weren't even here last week.
Damn it! God damn it!
You don't listen.
Never mind.
You weren't in the brief. You
I
were
am
not.
on that shit like a
He
eagle.
was, man. Valentine's Day, he got that shit. Nice. A little bit late.
Never mind.
Skype kind of. No. We're trying to censor ourselves, but we're having a hard time. Anyway, yeah, that's Last Guardian. That's Final Fantasy. Good shit. Grow. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Next up.
Can you send me that sound effect? I really wanted to use that one in one of my videos.
You should. Next up.
Like replace the
For those who don't know Twitch, it's that place where people watch people play video games or like donate money for no reason. They're gonna have a TwitchCon, and
Yay.
in September 25, 26. Well, I don't know, man. Minecraft had a con. TwitchCon. Twitch can have a con.
yeah, and I think there's also like for YouTube celebrities. I think they have like gatherings.
Yeah, and Twitch has a lot of
Boards.
personalities. So there's like a lot of fans who are like, I want to see Man versus Game. Oh, I want to see whatever.
Yeah, but I think it's gonna be filled mostly with MOBA dudes pa rin, because that's still the number one game.
That is the number one games. But
LOL, StarCraft 2.
no, but if you
Dota.
I remember I watched a couple of personalities. There are people that they play indies, they play speed runs. I mean, they do speed runs and whatnot. It's just I just wanted to mention it really quick because Twitch is growing big to a point where they can actually do a convention, and
That's
it's
cool.
crazy. And there's not much details yet, but I don't know if there's gonna be like game announcements happening on Twitch. Excuse me. But yeah, TwitchCon is gonna happen. And
Yeah,
Well,
you really
Twitch,
gotta.
they
I wonder.
they stream like E3 and all that on Twitch now, well, officially.
yeah, they do.
Then they also like the companies show off demos and all that on Twitch. Plus, they got bought by Amazon.
And you do know that Twitch is like kind of like stating that they have 100 million members, like registered and shit.
Dude, Twitch became so strong that it absorbed Justin TV. And Justin TV was the
Yeah,
original.
the child ate the parent technically.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Zeus and Chrono.
Mm-hmm. Zeus and Chrono, yeah,
don't-
exactly what it is. Yeah. But yeah, Twitch is gonna have a TwitchCon in September. Just wanna quickly mention that. And
I wish we could get on Twitch.
fucking PLDD.
Did they say anything?
No, not yet.
What's it gonna be
Not
about?
not yet. Then the details of what's gonna be there is still not up. But they said that it's gonna be an interactive convention, whatever that will be. I don't know what the.
That's pretty interesting.
They're
I
gonna
mean,
stream the convention.
I don't know.
That would be
You got a
interesting.
streamception there.
I don't know.
Actually, gotta wonder what's in store in TwitchCon or something. Like, naisip niyo ba, what if there's a panel for PT and these dudes playing PT will gather around in this single panel talking about PT?
You're talking about the
streaming.
interactive.
I don't think Kojima's gonna
Yeah.
do that. I don't think that's Kojima's thing. Plus, I don't think PT is a real game yet. So.
Yeah, but it was a phenomenon when it
Oh, nga,
was,
but they still don't know what
Sorry.
to make, well, like what kind of game to make of it. So, comes
Is
first.
that for my cough? Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes,
it's another 2 seconds
So
late.
the profanity.
The profanity button. We need a profanity button because we go ape shit every now and then.
No, or the above 18, whatever, on iTunes.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's the news. It's very light. I know it's very very light this week. Or maybe I missed something. Maybe you guys will let us.
You missed something, and I can't remember what it is.
Oh no, Capcom Cup. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, that's happening here as well.
Is that official? Is that
Yay!
official? Yeah, the Capcom Cup was announced by Capcom, of course. And It's gonna be. It has actually a pretty big price pool actually, for like over 500,000 of prizes. So that's really good because fighting games is not even like the fighting game tournament community or whatever. It's not as big as what MOBA is right now. And if fighting games are getting higher in terms of price pool, that means people are paying more attention to it. Sponsors are paying more attention to it.
Yeah, and Capcom needs to get on that because Street Fighter V is coming to
Yeah, so
PS4.
Sony will definitely.
They really need to
Sony's
push it.
gonna help push that for sure.
Hell yeah.
But I'm not too sure if this is right, but I think that the Capcom Cup has a bigger prize pool than even Evo at this point.
Maybe, because I think this is the first time Capcom is actually putting money into it.
Yeah, because I think the Capcom Cup prize pool is 250 split between the top 8 already, whereas Evolution I think is only 50 split between top 8. I'm not too sure if it's for this year or for that. No, actually, it's for that year's. For this year, sorry. So that's Capcom Cup's gonna be one of the biggest ones, and rightfully so. You know, Capcom is actually the ones who developed it. Just like how Dota 2, like the international, they fucking threw a 1 million, the first ever. Valve did that, because it's Valve. It's the one who developed Dota 2. So Capcom, rightfully so, bring a hefty amount of money for those who want to play it. And that's awesome because the first event will take place on March 20. So we will see. Well, what you were saying that the Philippines is included?
Yeah, because you remember, Dev from SRK?
Mm-hmm.
Franco.
Oh,
He lives here. He writes for SRK. They went to Southeast Asia Majors last year, and there were some talks about like where Capcom Cup will be taking place in Southeast Asia. So like you got Singapore, Malaysia, and all that. And there were talks about them working together with the communities here and I think Imperium. And I think they will have qualifiers here for Capcom
They
Cup.
will. Do we have? Is that already confirmed though?
I came across a post that said that the Philippines is part of it, but I don't know all the details. But I'm guessing it's going to be qualifiers.
Okay.
And I came across a list of games that will be taking place in the Capcom Cup. So yun.
Because I double checked. We'll have to confirm that. But I am checking out the info on Capcom Unity, and they divided the world into 4 major regions, and it'll be North America, Europe, Asia, and so wild card.
the Germans.
The Germans, what? Just Europe, dude. And the wild card, which is like I think Las Vegas for like Evolution. They divided it, and there is a lot planned. Like Evolution, of course, will be one of the wild cards. Canada Cup, Brazil Game Show, KO Fighting Game Festival. Those are the wild cards. In Asia, there's gonna be a Southeast Asian Major, Mad Catz Tokyo Game Show on Japan. The Capcom Pro Tour Asia Finals. There's a lot. Actually, there's a lot
There's
planned.
a
A
lot
lot
of fighting games happening.
and Capcom is literally going full force this year because they just announced Street Fighter V on the PlayStation 4 platform and PC. So it's a great year to learn the FADC cancel. It's a great year to learn that because if you learn that, it means you can probably go for these big prize pools. And
I just hope they have a lot more tournaments that are, officially related to the Capcom Cup here in the Philippines.
you want to,
I mean, if you look at the majors,
yeah,
more of them are North American focused.
yeah. Well,
A lot
if
of
there's gonna be more tournaments, if there's more tournaments, means there's a bigger community. So technically, if there's a bigger community here, the more events will happen.
Yeah.
I want to slightly mention that for those who live in the south in the Philippines, like in Parañaque, you Migs, I think you will like this one. What's it called? There's a place that you can actually play already, like to do casuals.
I mean, playbooks.
Yeah. Playbook in Pergola.
Yeah, we talked about this out.
No, I know, but apparently what I'm saying is I think it's now going to be an official like every weekend. Like
Oh,
it's gonna be
cool.
more of an every weekend thing. Like I did mention it, but I double checked, and they will have it more often than not, like casuals for different fighting game but no genres titles. Like I think SF Street Fighter is the first one that they're like catering to, but I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to cater like to Injustice, for example, or Ultimate Marvel's Capcom.
Because I thought playbooks were the joint when you want to play Smash Bros.
Yeah, that's where
That's the
a lot of South casuals for Smash
Yeah,
happen.
and I'm just confirming it again because it looks
Right.
like it'll be another place to play or play or meet the community down south, and they have.
Yeah, because apparently before that there was no place for people from the South to gather
I had
Yeah.
for
when I was
fighting
very
games.
active way back when I was joining tournaments. I had to go to Makati. I had to go to Makati and join the tournaments there. There was nowhere near me where it doesn't require me paying for toll. Like I had to take an hour drive in order to play tournaments. Now, if these casuals can turn into tournaments, it'd be much more awesome. And if Mortal Kombat 10 comes out, I mean when it comes out, sorry, it will come out. And then they have casuals there. Oh my god, I'm going apeshit on that shit. I'm gonna bring my katana and everything.
MK10
It
looks
looks
so
so
good.
good. But there, I just want to mention the Capcom Cup very, very slightly. Let's go straight up to the main topic and the biggest one that happened this week, technically. And it's pretty much the biggest backlash for the Order 1886 because
It sucks.
it's getting a lot of it's getting a lot of bad reception. I can't really say that because I haven't played it. That's why I can't really do anything. But I've played it though, and I wasn't that impressed by it. But what I'm trying to say is why it's going to be the main focus of it right now is because a couple of days before the official release, before reviews were out, before it hit the shelves, a full playthrough of the Order 1886 came out on YouTube, and it only clocked at 5 hours long, and that pissed like that made a huge outcry to the community, like, oh my god, it's 5 hours, it's not even worth it, and all that, yada yada yada, to the point where the developers started to defend their product by saying, it's about quality, not quantity. Like, some games, it doesn't mean the more hours you spend on this game is a better game. Stuff like that, yada yada. He has a good point on it, that does not make a good game, better. But he doesn't want to state how long the game would be. Fast forward to now, when it finally officially came out, it averages around that time, around maybe 8 hours long and everything. And to top that all off, the reviews or the reception, people were playing it, it's not actually a good, and actually a great game in the end. Now, I still might play it, I still might check it out, but yeah, Miggy definitely called it though, in terms of the Order 1886. No, but the reason why, bad trip for the Order 1886, but what I want to talk about is when is it too short for you guys, like to the point where you don't think it's worth the value? Because there's a lot of games where you spend 100 hours, you spent like 100 hours, and you feel like you got your money's worth. But there's also some games where you spend only 3 hours and still feels like it's your money's worth. So, where's your gauge in terms of like games that when you buy a game on like full price? I'll start, like, I don't, like, if it had to be a campaign type of game, quality aside and everything, I'd usually be okay with the game length if it was at least maybe 10 to 12 hours at least for a campaign.
That's also mine. Like if it's 8 is probably the shortest I'd give it. That's 8 hours without cutscenes.
Yeah, and we're talking about value. I mean, making it like, because no matter what, the games are expensive, especially when you get it the first time. And as much as people would say that quality is more important than quantity, I'd still like to get my fair, bigger, like at least a couple of hours out of it, not just 2 hours or 3 hours. Maybe that's the reason why, like, for example, didn't buy Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes. As much as it looks amazing, I still don't want to spend it. I would be done with it in like 2 hours still. Being not really full price, but it's still, like, it still feels healthy.
Yeah, what in Ground Zero's case, it helped that the game was actually cheap. If it came out at full price, and no, no
Yeah, but
way.
even at that price though, I didn't feel like even until now I don't feel like getting it.
Yeah, I get also the argument like Ground Zeroes is good, pero yun the value of time is
Yeah.
also too short, even if the extra missions are there.
What about you, Migs, in terms of like game length? Like, what do you usually expect if ever it's a game focused on the campaign?
Mm, maybe mine would be, well, 10 would be a sweet spot for me. 10 hours and onwards. Um, pag ano to any game, like RPG or platformer or action game, 10 would be okay. Even if it's an RPG, it's okay if it's just 10 hours.
An RPG?
And yeah, I mean, there's some RPGs that are,
Mhm.
even though if you're just gonna play it for 10 hours, it has a good plot.
I don't
It's a
know.
very enjoyable experience.
I think pag RPG, I think 10 hours is too short. I'd say for RPGs, 15 hours is a good length if it's a short
RPG, I'll
RPG.
go for 20 to 30 hours at least for me.
30 hours for me is like the normal length na.
Yeah.
But for short, like the Game Boy Advance RPGs or Super Mario RPG, I think 15 hours is a good length.
Mm,
I think.
But if you're gunning it, maybe 10 hours is also fine.
Do you think
I
like
think
the backlash towards like the Order 86 was a bit too much?
No, man, because the way you said that the first Let's Play clocked in at around 5 hours
Yeah, because they
30
were like speed
minutes,
running and blah blah blah.
and then the cutscenes amounted to 2 hours,
okay, so it's just 3 hours of
more or less,
game time.
A
three to four
lot of people are
hours.
saying that the game just felt like the developers felt like they just wanted to make a movie and they just added in game elements just to make it seem like a game. A lot of people are
Actually,
saying that.
yun nga yung parang, I think that's what the developers were just showcasing during the preview months of that game. I mean, they're
Yeah,
just
remember
making,
the E3, like the first demo they had for
Hmm.
E3?
yeah,
The gameplay was not even a minute long. It was just
it's
him
just
walking
like,
up slowly to a thing, and then when he encountered the werewolf, the next gameplay part was like the QTE when he was jumping towards your character.
Yeah.
so basically
The
they're just
the
showcasing
rest
the
of it was all
graphical,
cutscenes.
you know,
Oh
graphical
my god.
performance of the game,
It's all graphics.
all graphics, 30 FPS, 60 FPS
So
debates.
let's
So that's the only thing we had for Order 1886 before it came out. But gameplay wise, we don't have any, you know,
I heard you barely
it's
even
not
shoot
enough.
werewolves in that
it's
game.
a it's like a
Yeah.
you
Both
forget about it
both
at some
encounter
points.
big
Yeah, you
random
forget about
things.
it. Like it's separated. It's like the gap between how many times you play you go against werewolves are actually it's a big gap. I've read a lot of reviews on it and it's pretty much the same thing over and over and but I'm not gonna focus on
Like you shoot more dudes and monsters, and that's not actually
yeah.
cool.
But the backlash was actually really interesting that thanks to the Aura 86, people are now like talking about like game length in terms of value and everything.
No, they want
That's
more
about time
hours.
because
More
companies have
hours.
been no, it's like companies have been hyping things up by showing all this cinematic whatever, and of all like people are starting to understand that that's not what makes a game.
No, yeah, for sure.
Diba?
I mean,
The argument graphics over gameplay is already being made clear to everyone.
yeah, for sure. And it's just funny though that it's okay to have a good short game, but once you start asking like $60 and then
Yeah.
you, I don't know, and there's no other reason to play the Order 186 or
Yeah, like the replay value then is really
yeah,
small. Diba? Like you'd at least play it twice for the normal and then a higher difficulty, but then there doesn't seem to be any incentive to play it
yeah,
again
because
after
like
that. Or there's no extra things to
I
do
think
after
like for
that.
example Bioshock Infinite when I played it and it's my game of the year during that year. I really loved that game, and I think I clocked it at least 10 hours. I think on the campaign.
That game was fairly long for a
Yeah, I think
shooter.
it was 10 hours. And it was just full on like I'm just shooting a lot of people, and I should not. The moment I finished that game, I was satisfied with it. I played it again right off the bat, and I enjoyed the hell out of it because some of the things that were happening that wasn't clear for me because I didn't know the full story. It started to like shape up properly. Like, oh, that's why they did this. Because
Oh yeah, because you know the
yeah,
twist,
so
so then it starts to play out into the story
yeah, and
more.
it was a great.
And in terms of lore, playing it again actually makes sense.
So it was a great treat to like it. That for me is the best example on how to make a campaign-only game work well. Especially another
Or dude, the perfect example for this is Last
The
of
Last
Us.
of Us. Yeah, I'm actually playing it right now
Like
because I'm trying to do it in the.
get like 15 hours of that, which the cutscenes amount to like 6
Mhm.
hours. Then like, the gameplay is great, and there's multiplayer after
Yep.
that, and people are still playing multiplayer.
Yeah, there's still a lot of people, and I think Naughty Dog threw out a free map just for the heck of it too. The Last of Us, since you mentioned it, my complaint pa nga of The Last of Us when I played it last year was it felt too long.
Yeah, like there are too many dudes.
Yeah,
to shoot
it felt like there are
sometimes.
sections just for the sake of the story that they can just cut out because like I think the gameplay was a bit too much naman in that game. That's a weird negative for me, or maybe for some of you guys, but that was my feeling when I played The Last of Us. And then I think that's another good example for a campaign game or maybe a full $60 game. But there's also a bad side to these kinds of like games when it was full of price. Just because, like, yes, we're all these guys. We're now kind of like hot wired to like we want at least 10 hours into our gameplay when we buy a new game. Like I just mentioned, I asked you guys what your preferred time is, and what my preferred time is. Around 10 hours for the AAA titles, I guess.
Mm.
Now that the
There's
bad
also-
side is like we have companies that are forcing to make it worthwhile for every single player. And the best example I can give you guys is like, for example, Ubisoft, wherein if
Oh,
you know why, right?
That makes a lot of sense.
You play Assassin's Creed and you're filled with shit.
oh, that you're second early.
Yeah, you're second early. You almost got me there. You're filled with like a lot of side quests that have no relevance. It's the same shit over and over.
Yeah,
But that adds like so much game time if you do it. But it's just
yeah, but Ubisoft's case is a little unique because most of the side quests are way more interesting than the main story.
some of them. Some of them. I think the only company I know that does the best side quests, I think, is Rockstar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But Ubisoft,
That's I guess
No, but-
for the Fallout games.
Fallout's another.
yeah, but Fallout is a RPG.
No,
so
Fallout. For
it's
example,
kind of
Fallout
weird
3.
when you talk
Fallout
about
3 can
that.
actually. It's also filled with shit, like a lot of like side quests and stuff like that. But they have interesting ones, and the biggest pull is you're exploring a world. You know what I mean? But in like, for example, Assassin's Creed, you're just in a city, and then you can just do assassin there, and another assassin there, and another assassin there, and you can get feathers, you can get more feathers, and another feather, and a tower, and a...
Yeah, but like in Assassin's Creed, parang it's more fun to just go around the city and look for the vantage points that will reveal more things, diba? Than actually playing the
Yeah.
missions.
But
At least for me, like similar to what.
my point lang is like the bad side of like adding more hours is like those kinds of way of doing it. Like if you just ignore all of that, maybe it's like amount to like
No, no.
7 hours long only.
I have a better example in terms of like the adding fluff to make the game
Yeah,
longer.
just to have like more. It like feels more like worth your while.
The Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword is a perfect example
Really?
of that. Yeah, because Zelda Fair is you go through dungeons, find the treasures, get the weapons, and then unlock the final
Mhm.
temple, diba? In Skyward Sword, it's actual like forced fluff, where you beat a temple, then I have to go back to Skyloft, so you fly all the way there, then you have to get something, then fly all the way to another area, drop it, and then now the next temple is accessible. Then when you land to the temple, you have to do some other thing to open up the door to get inside, and then you actually play the temple.
So it's basically
There's a lot of
backtrack.
back and forth that you can't skip. Like there's even like bullshit segments where you have to they call it like the silent world, where you have to collect like things you have to like sneak around and get
Mhm.
things. Like once you leave your safe spot, all the enemies will get alerted to you. Then if they catch you, you get sent back to the beginning, and you lose all the things you have to get.
Ow.
So like you have to get all the things again, and if you fail once, you have to retry it, which is like another 10 minutes of your life. And you need that to progress to the next temple. So it's forced fluff, and that's like the worst part. That's why everybody hates Skyward Sword.
Oh, is that the reception for Skyward Sword? They just, you know.
Yeah, nobody likes that game because of that. There's too much bullshit in your way of the
That's a
actual
good game.
It's a fine game, but like the fluff is too much. There's too much of it layered on top, and you can't skip it. That's
There's
the
too much
problem.
whipped cream in top.
It's not even whipped cream because whipped
Yeah,
cream is
that's-
good. Like this is just
That's a bad example. Yeah, that's true.
Everything's in margarine.
It's a bad analogy. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there has to be a fine balance because even like Far Cry 3 maybe. I didn't play 4 yet.
Yeah, three has a lot of.
There's a lot of crap in it, and stuff like that. And because of our reaction of like if the games are too short or like that, the developers are forced to like do these things. Like Ubisoft has already a staple when it's open world, just throw shit around like you collectibles, just for added value. And in Ready at Dawn's defense, when they just want to go a full-on cinematic story, full tournament, and bam, then we just shit on it. This is just assuming that we don't know how good the game is yet. That's what I'm talking about. Like we're talking about just like the people before they got the reviews, before everything. Their only information about the game is it's 5 hours long, and then they instantly shit on it because it's not worth $60. I mean, okay, maybe $60 is a bit too steep, but if it did came out like really awesome, really worthwhile, 5 hours. Just perfect experience. Why not?
Yeah, if the game was pretty
game length does
then
not really
sure.
define like if it's worth buying. It has to be defined if it's actually a worthwhile something you really have to experience, something you really have to do. Like
Actually, for Order 1886, if it came out the same day that the PS4 launched, it would be.
Yeah, if
I
it
think
came
would
out
be
as a
better.
launch title or like an early game, this would be fine.
Because it would showcase how powerful the system is.
Yeah.
It would be very.
actually, that's actually a good point because the biggest type.
It looks like a launch title, though, if you look at it.
Yeah, that's actually true.
It kind of
Yeah.
feels like
Shadow
one.
Killzone Shadowfall doesn't even feel like a launch title. It's not that pretty, to be honest.
No, Killzone is like Killzone is a launch title. Like, you know, like if you look at the launch games of this generation compared to the old ones, it's actually better than all the old launch titles.
Knack? Shadowfall?
It's like
Well, Resogun's still one of the best
no, but
ones,
like
though.
the PS4 got a bunch of good launch title games compared to like the PS3, the PS2,
That's true.
PS1. Like there was a lot of garbage. back
PS3
then.
did have a
Pero
garbage.
it's still lackluster
Yeah.
game, but it's better than what like all the other stuff that came out before. Pero yun, like the order is just like graphics, because yeah, like you said, for a person who hasn't played it, then shitting on it is kind of unfair maybe. It's like God of War is also 6 hours with the cutscenes, diba? And people also like that.
Really?
That didn't feel like 6 hours.
Yeah, I think it's longer. Unless
No,
it's
the
God of War.
gameplay is only
okay.
6 hours. Then the cutscenes are maybe like an hour. But like most God of War games end in like 6
Yeah.
hours, diba? 6 to 8. Then yun. But for us, we like you, Carlos. You got to play it. I got to see most of it na rin. It like that game is mediocre at best.
Oh yeah, I wasn't.
It's functional. It's not. It does nothing.
It works
new,
as a shooter, as a cover shooter. It works as a cover shooter. It looks pretty.
but it doesn't innovate.
Yeah, and
diba?
when I was
it's the most Gears of War.
the only thing I
ever.
was clinging on and I was wondering is how they're going to execute the story. If it's going to be worthy enough for a franchise once you finish it. That was the only question I had in my head once I played it for the first time, because I don't think they'll be able to spin around the gameplay that much. It's a cover shooter. Enemies everywhere, whatever. Same thing over and over. And apparently I think that's how it came out. But yeah, it's made you. I guess I don't know. That's how it came out in terms of like reception. I might get it when it's a cheaper price. It's hard to.
Like we said,
Yeah.
Kanina, for sure, the next game that's going to be plaguing all the secondhand stores, aside from Killzone, is going to be the Order.
I saw in the PlayStation 4 Philippines forums that someone already platinumed it.
Wow.
It's already out.
Wow.
I mean, in just a day or two or something.
It came out like a week earlier than it was
That
supposed
too.
to.
That's
yeah.
another issue. I'll get more info about that because
Weird.
kind of. I think Data Blitz and iTech kind of broke the street dates or authorized dealers.
Again,
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe because the reception was already getting bad. I don't know.
still.
No, they released the game before this whole thing came out with the Let's Play.
No, during.
At least I heard about it like shortly after the
Oh, was it?
release
Because it
broke.
felt like it was during when I was reading.
It's like a
I was
day
reading
or
the
two
information
after.
about the leak, and then I saw the posts on it being available here in the Philippines.
I don't know, maybe. They were all like within
I
vicinity
doubt
of
it's
each other.
I doubt it's interrated.
Guys would mean to tell that they released it early because they know this gonna suck.
No, they know that the game length. I don't
No,
think that's
not
the issue.
It's not competing with anything else about the moment.
No,
That's about
it's not. That was never the
Aside
issue
from-
even before it came out. It was just the game length. It was they didn't want to buy that. They didn't want to spend $60 on a 5-hour game. That's what that was the backlash before all the it being a bad game in the end, or not a mediocre game.
Mediocre.
People say it works. The game works, but you know, it came out with how it is. Sorry, man, my coffin. But there. Thank you for covering me. I think the best example though for a short game, because I've played a crap load of short games, really short games that are World of World, but there are some that are mostly indie though. They're mostly indie.
Actually,
But I think that
actually a good
Oh.
example. Yeah, you first.
well, the first example for me would be Gone Home. It's $20.
Yeah, that was I was always thinking.
I think it was like $20 when it came out. It feels a bit steep for a game for Gone Home, but I would highly suggest that game no matter what. It's only 2 hours worth of your time, and I think that's still worth maybe $15 if for the ones who are hoping for a deal, but for full price, I think people should consider getting Gone Home. There are some games that just yes, it's steep,
I think
but
another example,
Play it.
another good example is Portal, the first Portal game. When it came out, I think I clocked playing it. I don't know, under 6 hours or 7
Yeah,
hours.
that's like a 5-hour game. Then.
yeah, but that was
The story
together with the
gameplay
Orange
is
Box,
very
right?
rich.
It was like a full package.
Yeah. But
Yeah, and
you
it's
know,
also a
as
puzzle
gameplay-
game, so it depends on how fast you figure
Yeah,
it
that's
out.
true.
Then
Yeah, but even if you finished it in under 5 hours or 4 hours, it's
Like,
it's
you're
still,
satisfied,
very-
Bob.
yeah, I'm still
'Cause it's a
satisfied
good-
because
'cause
it
the-
has a good story.
yeah, the
It
good story.
has-
Then the gameplay is also pretty neat.
Yeah,
But like what we're saying with the Order is, the gameplay is mediocre at best. Diba? It's like every other third-person shooter that came out there, and it does nothing to improve or like innovate, and that's why like the beef is people's beef with that game is
It's
strong,
getting stronger as the days go by.
and like it's a full-priced game then, $60, which doesn't help it. At
No
all.
one bought Enslaved. Has anybody tried Enslaved?
well,
Only you
I
bought
was-
it.
no, I was actually going to buy it.
That's a
During the
good
sale.
game, guys. It's only like 8 hours long,
Yeah, I
maybe.
know, and it was voiced by
Andy Serkis. He played the
Yeah,
monkey.
I bet he
He
mocap
did.
the guy.
He
as
did.
well.
yeah.
The guy has a mocap company. He can do it. He can mocap whenever.
Carlos, I'm going to buy it,
It's better
going
than
to buy it,
Heavenly Sword, that's
but
for
it's
sure.
not yet on sale again. So once it's on
It's
sale,
worth-
I'm
Dude,
gonna buy
there's probably a second-hand
If-
copy
if-
of it
yeah,
for PS3
but-
somewhere.
I want to own the
an
definitive
old game.
edition.
There's
in
no
Steam
definitive
because
edition
they have it-
for.
Yeah, they have one. I think
It's
for
not a
500
SquareSoft. Is it a
pesos.
SquareSoft game? It's not a SquareSoft game.
I don't think
There's-
so.
No, it's not Square. Wait,
I don't know.
I
If
mean,
I really
like,
forget.
Whoever
store.
published fucking
No, but Enslave was a very short
Yeah.
game, and people were like saying it was not worthwhile and there's no replayability. It was a good game. It was kind of short. It was
Well,
a good
I,
game.
I might agree with them with
And
the
it had very
replayability, pero, like,
it had a dull like combat system as well, but it was a really good game because I liked the story. It was actually pretty cool.
So yeah, the Order doesn't have a good story.
And the
I
characters were
guess.
interesting. The characters were interesting. Like those. If the story of the Order 86 was good enough, it could have saved it.
But if the story was great, but that might not be the case.
Yeah, because
Like, remember when they first revealed this game at like an E3? The cinematic cutscene where it's all like Van Helsing looking, then these dudes in fancy suits come out and have like super weapons, like steam-powered electric guns and all that. Then it turns out, for the most part of the game, you fight dudes instead of monsters. Like, that of itself is already disappointing.
Yeah.
that's true. But there, yeah.
I expected to shoot more werewolves than people in this game.
I'll probably get it in a second.
Yeah,
I can't.
there it is.
Yeah, for
think-
sure, Yan.
Yeah.
Get Ground Zeroes, man.
No, I'll get Metal Gear
Bandai
Rising
Namco.
first. I saw it again.
Bandai Namco published the Steam version of Enslaved.
Premium edition. Yeah, I had a DLC copy. Yeah,
Premium.
you don't buy it. It's only 895 pesos. Buy it. It's still worth it. That's still worth it.
I will. Maybe at the
No,
next sale,
that's-
because last sale I bought something else.
It's not
instead.
RE6 price worthy. It's full price worthy. I'll say that right now.
Definitely.
But I think what's the other game that I meant? That was at least 5. Bastion. No, the Bastion. Like Bastion or Transistor. But those are indie games. I guess they don't really count. But my point is that it doesn't really have to be like 100 hours or 150 hours in order to enjoy a game or make its money
If
worth.
the game is good,
Yeah.
then it's fine.
Like
Or like a fighting game, diba? Like, you can't. It's hard to argue the length of a fighting
length
game.
will never be an issue
But
with
if
fighting game.
it feels good, then you'll say like it's a good
Depends
game.
on the multiplayer.
Yeah, like multiplayer is never multiplayer in fighting games and sports games or maybe racing games. Length is never a matter, but when you put a story and you put a campaign, and then it's only a single player campaign, that's when it becomes an issue for some gamers. But it's just a horrible practice when the only information you have is the game length, no actual reception about it yet, and then that's the backlash right off the bat. That's the biggest problem.
Oh yeah, Mickey. What about Magus? How long did
My
you
God,
guys?
that game.
Why is Magus
amazing.
coming back into this podcast?
I know. I just thought of it. I mean, how many hours did you guys finish?
Yeah, how long was that game
Did
anyway?
you guys
Way
finish?
longer than it should have been.
What?
I'm sorry. What's it?
Way longer than it should have been.
Well,
Really
it's
game
similar.
of the
It's a game of the year, just like The Last of Us. Just like The Last of Us, it was too long.
The most compelling
That
story.
was compelling story. God us.
Like each stage took an hour to complete
What?
that first
God.
run.
Oh my god.
Well, there. Yeah, that's just sad. It's just funny like how the backlash was just so strong with this one. It was just crazy.
People are just getting spoiled,
yeah.
I guess.
And I think we're getting hot wired too much to the point where if it's 100 hours or 200 hours, it's not worth it. If it can't reach that much or like 50 hours at least, it doesn't feel that worthy anymore. A lot of people have that mindset already. Because we already have those stupid mindsets where people are like, this game sucks, I'm really bored, I spent 180 hours, I got nothing else to do.
Yeah, I think for
Dude,
me.
Monster Hunter, 200 hours, you haven't pressed start yet.
No,
That's why I can't.
no,
commit to
my
that.
point is, you dished out 100 hours, or like, for example, Diablo 3, no, Destiny, god damn it, I'm putting it back into this podcast, Destiny. I spent at least 200 hours at least, so far. I'm burnt out, but I'm bored. But I'm not saying it's a shit game. I'm saying, it's a shit game. It is a shit game. But I got addicted to it. My point is, like, you can't bitch about a game that you spent 100 hours or 150 hours and say you're bored and you hate life.
Yeah, there is some.
There has to be an endpoint sometime. And I always laugh when someone gets mad, like World of Warcraft. There's nothing else to do anymore. I did everything I could. They're so boring. I hate this game already. And then you check out this game clock. You already spent 200, 300 hours on that content. I mean, it's just stupid. So we're getting hot wired where game length is the that's the value to it anymore. And then we get bored really easily. And then the value of a game deteriorates because we got nothing else to do. It's gonna get worse through the years, honestly. Especially how Ubisoft is doing. I want one time where in our podcast where I will do something good for Ubisoft. No, it was not a good game.
It was. I enjoyed it. The story is garbage, but
It's full of fluff.
Still waiting for Watch Dogs.
The fluff was more interesting than the main game.
The one fluff, like the online integration was actually the best part of that game. But anyway, that's it. That is episode 71. Thanks for listening in. We have an episode every Tuesday. If you guys want to listen in to our previous podcast, do check us out on www.toomuchgaming.com. That's 2 with the number 2. If you have any questions, concerns, or anything, honestly, anything, you can email us at thetmgpodcast@gmail.com. We have a YouTube where Miggy does all his YouTube videos, shenanigans. Like, you have a video every day at this point.
Yes.
Every day. You can check out TMG blog or type in YouTube Too Much Gaming. We have a lot of stuff there. Migs, our little guest from Noobs and Cubes. You can check out his YouTubes as well. What are you currently working on? You're still working on your Counter-Strike one?
Yeah, I'm actually a bit of in a deadline. I haven't started season 2 yet, so.
Because you haven't got that win yet.
We can have this March. Yeah. No, we got some footage and I haven't had time editing that stuff.
Oh, there, you guys can go check it out.
So yeah, check out our YouTube channel, Noobs and Cubes. We also have a Facebook page, Noobs and Cubes. Go check that out.
Speaking of Facebook, we also have a Facebook page, Too Much Gaming, and also Twitter. You can follow us there as well for any updates, especially if we have a new episode on the TMG podcast. We're at Podomatic or in iTunes. You can subscribe to get the latest updates right off the bat. Rate, subscribe. We'd greatly appreciate it. And yeah, I think that's it. Next week, it will be is this going to be Feb? No, it's going to be March. We're done with Feb.
Nope.
Really? Wait.
This is the last episode. This is the last episode for Feb.
Yes, this is the last week of Feb. Feb ends on
That means
Saturday.
Will is back. Oh no, he will be. He'll be back. We'll be back. Will and Migs, we might have a foursome. We never know. It
Sounds sexy.
Where's the crow?
Naughty.
There you go.
There we go.
And yeah, thanks guys for listening. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Thank you.